Minnesota's 2024 legislative session ended on an especially chaotic note.
It did ever. Fox 9's Courtney Godfrey is at the state capitol with details tonight.
It all came down to the final minutes here in St. Paul as Democrats blame filibustering by Republicans for a last-minute race to the finish, a claim that Republicans called disingenuous.
Could be passed after midnight, Mr. President.
It was a raucous end to the legislative session as Republicans revolted against Democrats for combining several unrelated bills into one big piece of legislation in the final hour in order to beat the midnight deadline.
It's past midnight.
It was a deliberate effort to block progress, and we had to take extraordinary measures which are authorized by the rules to pass the bills.
When the agenda becomes more important than people, this is what happens. They abuse the process, they abuse the system to get their agenda through.
Blois Olson has covered the Minnesota legislature for nearly 30 years, and it wasn't the show at the end that was unusual to him. It was how it got to that point.
That you had several bipartisan issues that people seemed willing to solve weeks ago that people just procrastinated on.
Democrats recessed for 11 hours on the second to last day of session to work out a compromise on the rideshare bill, which will ensure drivers a 20% pay increase, but cost lawmakers time to get other critical bills done.
DFLers chose to listen to the far left of the Democratic Party, the DSA, the socialists, more than they were willing to listen to moderate Republicans on those issues. And that only empowers that kind of behavior in the future.
Also making it to the finish line during that final push, a cannabis bill, a ban on historic horse racing, a ban on junk fees, and rural EMS funding. Governor Tim Walz applauding Democrats for getting it done.
It's politics. It's democracy is messy, but at the end of the day, the sausage in this one's going to taste pretty good because it's good stuff for Minnesotans.
Two major bills that did not cross the finish, a bonding bill to fund infrastructure projects and an equal rights amendment that would have enshrined abortion and LGBTQ rights into the state constitution. When asked today if he would hold a special session to take up these items, the governor said he would not. In St. Paul tonight, Courtney Godfrey, Fox 9.